Hey, what's up boys, I'm Moon, and today I decided to make a bit of a different video. Today we're going to be ranking all of the KOF bosses based on their overall difficulty. Cause seeing as how like a lot of people found my channel through me like when I played all the KOF games in order for the very first time, I thought this would be kind of fitting because I never really gave my take on who I thought like were the most difficult bosses. Obviously this is going to be based off of my experiences and my personal opinions, because it's possible that there may be some bosses that maybe you guys struggled with more than me my first time, and there are probably bosses that maybe I struggled with that other people didn't exactly have a hard time with. So obviously opinion might come into play for a bit here, but I'm sure that the top 5 most of you guys are going to be able to agree with me on, I hope. So let's just go ahead and get started here. We have a tier list that I made. I added all these myself, starting at hardly difficult, because I don't think there's any like KOF bosses that would be like super easy per se, but some of them definitely less hard than others. We got neutral, we got tricky, which would obviously just be anybody who doesn't really rank in the top 5 position here, which most of you guys are probably going to be able to guess who the top 5 hardest are, but we're just going to go over it and rank these all one by one. So first, let's start with the tier for hardly difficult. Starting off first, KOF 14 and KOF 15's bosses, in my opinion, they were not really that hard at all, at least compared to what we were used to. So first, Otama Raga from KOF 15. Bro, we all know she wasn't really that difficult. Like, she was kind of annoying, I guess. But like I said, like, her and Verse, they were really not that difficult compared to, like, all the bosses, like, throughout every game up until, like, the more, like, modernized KOF games. So, first of all, I think Verse was easier than Otama Raga, but those are both going in the hardly difficult tier. Then we got Evil Ash, and I think it's Psyche, right, from KOF 13. So with Psyche, I don't know if you guys will all agree, but I think he was hardly difficult. Alright, like a couple attempts and I had him down. However, Evil Ash was a bit annoying, because if I remember correctly, like they were able to just spam their specials, dude, and it was just kind of baloney. So I think they would fit more in like a neutral category. By the way, I don't think I already mentioned this, but we're not going to be counting sub bosses, all right? Like no secret bosses, no sub bosses, just the true final canon boss of that game. I'm pretty sure True Zero and Psyche were technically sub bosses because they came before the final boss. You know, True Zero being the boss right before Ignis, and then, you know, Psyche being right before Evil Ash. But I'm gonna be honest, bro, I don't think that True Zero was that bad. If I'm being honest, I struggled with Clone Zero more than I did with True Zero. Like, yeah, he has like the lion and that dude, I forget his name, but he's from like the Assassin clan. He fights alongside him as well, and he was a bit bullshit, but I think he would probably go in neutral as well. I think he's harder than Evil Ash. Once again, these are just my opinions, but I don't think that True Zero was really that difficult. Oh, and I almost forgot 97's Orochi. Dude, I don't know why I struggled so much with Orochi the first time I fought him, but brother, he was not difficult. It's like, yeah, he had a bit of like zoning bullshit, but really like when you cut it down, he was actually a lot easier than I was really making it up to be. But I think I'm gonna put him in neutral. I think I'm gonna put him above Evil Ash, but before True Zero. Now this one might strike controversy, I'm not exactly sure. But dude, like I said, I don't know why I had a lot more trouble fighting Clone Zero than I did actual Zero. So I'm gonna put him in tricky up here, probably near like the bottom end of the tier. This dude, I don't know, he pissed me off, bro. Clone Zero, the first time I fought him, bro, he gave me a solid ass whooping for like an hour straight, dude. What the fuck? How long does that shit last for? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, dude. The input reading is crazy. I don't know if I'll be able to beat this. There's no way I'm gonna land a single assist. Yeah, because he just does that. That's crazy, bro. I can't do any fucking damage to him. Okay. Wow, how the fuck did he cancel my super like that, bro? Oh my god, this game is fucking ridiculous. Alright, but now the next person getting put into the tricky tier is gonna be Mukai from, I think it was KOF 2003. Now listen, dude, I'm not saying that Mukai didn't make me struggle, because he was hard, and there is footage of me getting my ass whooped by him. Oh my god, he's giving me a taste of my own fucking medicine, dude. Huh, what the fuck?
Dude, this character, it's like I used to be able to spam him with the fireballs, but now he just fucking throws the rocks hell at me. He literally, dude, Ash is literally just choking right now. Of course. Bro, that was literally the one, bruh. Jesus fucking Christ, bruh.
Okay, and after looking at some of my old footage, dude, of me fighting Mukai, okay, I definitely struggled with this guy. I think maybe I'm just capping. Because, yeah, the shit he was doing, like throwing the rocks and spawning the pillars, like, okay, this dude was actually kind of busted. I had to get, like, a quick refresher for my video to see how I actually fared against him, and yeah, no, he beat the shit out of me. So that makes my next point in this entry maybe a bit easier. Gonitz. Now, Gonitz, I think in 96, right? He was pretty bullshit. But I don't think he's top 5 because, like, look at these other, like, candidates, dude. He is not harder than these people, in my opinion. So I think Gonitz, I think he goes before Mukai. Because really, what made Gonitz the most difficult was his zoning, dude. The fact that he could spawn that tornado shit literally, like, anywhere on the screen and just keep you from getting to him. And then he would just hit you with his ult. Like, that was really what was frustrating about Gonitz, was just that he wouldn't let you get close and he would just be sniping you from anywhere on the screen. But thinking about it now, I think Mukai is probably harder than Gonitz. I feel like this is a fair list so far, but thinking back on it, I definitely think Mukai was harder than Gonitz now. And I might even put Orochi before Evil Ash, dude, because this guy, he's really not even that bad. Now for the top 5, ranking in at number 5. I say we got to give it to Cyber Rugal, alright? And I know we only have 94 Rugal and 95 Rugal here. That's just because I'm not going to take into account, you know, like 98 or 2002 UM. Now, the reason why I'm putting him at 5 is because I feel like Cyber Rugal, he was hard and he had a lot of the same bullshit that 94 Rugal had. But I feel like what made him harder was having to fight Saisyu before him. I hope I'm not butchering that name, but Kyo's dad, fighting him before Cyber Rugal and having to retain some health, that's what made that hard. It wasn't necessarily Cyber Rugal that was hard, it was just getting to him with enough health to not just get immediately pounded into the dirt. With 94 Rugal, it's a bit different because it's the same guy, you're just fighting him twice. It's just the second version, he has a lot more bullshit and his input reading is just far worse. Once I said this is just my opinion, and feel free to leave your opinions in the comments and how you would rank these characters, but that's just what I think personally. Next up on the list, personally, I'm putting Chrysalid. I think Chrysalid was fucking bullshit, dude. And I'll tell you why Chrysalid was so hard. So if you go back to any of my previous videos of me fighting Chrysalid, dude, when I was fighting this guy, what was fucking me up in that second phase was that projectile that he had. Because he had multiple variations of it, right? He could either do it up close, which would reflect any projectile you throw at him back at you. He could do it from full screen. He could just throw it at you. It was too quick. If you blocked it, you're taking chip. If you get hit by it, it's a fuck ton of damage. You couldn't jump in on him because he had a DP. Get too close, bro, he's just gonna fucking grab you. Dude had insane pokes. Like, bro, Chrysalid he was all around pretty fucking busted. I still think he's like one of the coolest KOF bosses just based on his visuals, but nah, dude he was a menace and he was kicking my ass ruthlessly. After him, this one you guys may disagree with, but I think Ignis gets number 3, okay? Now, most of you guys are probably wondering why, because Ignis is known to be like one of the most busted KOF bosses, especially when you play him in like 2002 the fact that this guy has multiple infinites and his cracked ass damage, like, he is definitely broken beyond belief, right? And I agree, he sucks to fight, dude. He is hard as hell, but this isn't necessarily based on his difficulty alone, but the people that I put after him. So we're just gonna finish up the top 5 real quick. We're gonna put Magaki in number 2, and then 94 Rugal is, in my opinion, the hardest KOF boss. So now I can kind of give my take on Ignis, right? Now, Ignis was annoying. Ignis was bullshit. But Magaki, dude. Okay, Magaki is the only reason Ignis isn't getting number 2 and is being placed in 3rd is because of this broken son of a bitch. If you remember Magaki from KOF 11, which most people don't really talk about that game as much for some reason, but dude, Magaki fucking sucked, bro. This fucker, he had about like 20 different projectiles, and he was spamming them all non-stop, bro. Like, you know that meme of Chael Sonnen where he's like, I can't let you get close.
No, you wanna know? Well, no. Please stop. I can't let you get close. Can you hear my...
That was Magaki. He's got projectiles that spawn behind you. He's got projectiles that ricochet off the top and bottom of the screen. He's got projectiles that go forward. He's got invisible projectiles that he can send forward or bouncing up and down on the screen. This dude was like the epitome of, I'm just gonna cheese the fuck out of you because I have all these projectiles and who's gonna stop me? Trying to beat this fucker was hard, and I'm talking about like not like cheesing any of these bosses or like using exploits, kind of like how we base their difficulty. Magaki was not fucking around, bro. Like, it was so hard for me to try and get close to him because like you would have to find a specific opening where this guy is like not throwing projectiles, or like he's throwing them in a way where you could just jump over and get to him a bit easier. Oh, and did I forget to mention that this dude could literally like teleport through you? Or lest we forget his super that hits full screen no matter where you're at, and even if you block it, you're taking a shit ton of chip. Oh, and don't let me forget the command grab that he has that literally has his arm go through a portal so he can grab you from even a further distance. Like, bro, Magaki was busted, bro. And honestly, dude, I don't know why I'm not putting him in number 1, because he was fucking cursed, dude. But we all know that in the end, KOF 94 Rugal takes the spot of being the hardest KOF boss, and I think we can all agree on that. Some of you guys might think it's Ignis, some of you guys might think it's Magaki, some of you guys might think it's someone else, I don't know, depending on who you are. But dude, Rugal, man, the hardest KOF boss, the only boss that's so difficult, you have to place him on top 5 twice. This dude was fucking cursed, dude. Like, I don't think anybody has to even justify this. Like, with his fucking genocide cutter and his insane damage in KOF 94 and just the jacked input reading, dude. This dude is not letting you do shit against him. He's just team wiping you over and over again, and he's not even letting you get the chance.
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Even just on level 4, even if you're not running level 8, even on level 4, Rugal is busted, bro. Like, the character is banned. Like, not even just banned from tournaments, like, you were, like, looked down upon for playing this guy in the arcades for, like, 2002 and 98. Like, there's stories of people in, like, Latin countries getting stabbed over playing this motherfucker. Like, that's how serious this bitch is. I don't think it's any debate that this dude takes the spot of being the number 1 hardest KOF boss of all time. But yeah, guys, that's my my KOF boss tier list here. I hope you guys maybe agree with some of my takes. If you disagree with anything, don't take it personally, but say what you want about top 5. I feel like this just goes without saying. Like, 95 Rugal, Chrysalid, Ignis, Mugaki, and then 94 Rugal. That's just what I think, but like I said, if you disagree with anything, let me know in the comments what changes you'd make to this list. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, a sub, a comment, share this video with your homies, and see maybe what their opinions are on my tier list. And yeah, man, that's all I got to say. Follow me on all my socials, and I'll see you guys in the next video when I go ahead and play Symphony of the Night, man. Peace, y'all.